Welcome back. Now in this module we're going to be learning about on-site SEO, and I'm going to give you a few plugins that you should install and a few things you should do to set up your website, and I'm going to show you how to structure a page. When you create a new page, you'll sort of choose a keyword that you want to rank for, and there's a few things we can do to improve the chances for ranking for them keywords. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to go to Webmaster Tools, and in the Webmaster Tools we're actually going to register our website for Google. Now I've got this website I'm working on here. It's called sunnycoastdjs.com.au. I'm building a website for someone as a part of this course. So what we're going to do is, first thing we're going to do is open up a browser, go to Google, and just search for Webmaster Tools, and you'll find the login screen quite easily that way. So I think that's what we want there. Now if you've got a Gmail account, then you will probably already have a login for this just by default, or you'll just have to log in with your Gmail. And what we actually need to do is we need to add a site. So I've got a list of sites that I've been working on for other people, and we're going to add a property. So I'm going to paste the domain of that site here. Let me see, we've got two choices here, domain or URL prefix. All URLs across subdomains, all URLs requires DNS verification. I think we're going to go for the right one, prefix. So we add that, and now it's going to give us a file that we need to upload to the website to prove that we are the owners of the website, or that we have access. So I'm going to download this file. We're going to go back to the back end of our WordPress website, and to upload the file we're going to have to add a new plugin. So let's go add new. I think I've already installed that plugin. So this plugin is called File Manager. So we install that. We're going to go down to the File Manager here, and it's going to allow us to directly upload to the root directory of this website. So literally this public HTML folder, I'm going to grab this, and it looks like I've already got a copy in this directory. So I'll paste that in here. So now that's in there. Now I'm going to come back to Webmaster Tools and click Verify. Beautiful. It's that simple. And now that we've done this, Google can start to recognize this website on Google. So I'm going to click Go to Property. It's going to allow me to log in and look at some of the basic information. Obviously it's a very new website, so there is not any actual data information, but something that we have to do in the Webmaster Tools is we also have to submit a sitemap. Now our site is still in development, so you would probably normally add the sitemap after you've built your website, but I'm going to do it now anyway, just for the sake of this module, to show you how it's done. So once again we're going to need another plugin that I use, and it's in the top 20 plugins list, and this is something that creates our sitemap for us. Now looks like we haven't got it installed yet, so I'm going to go to Plugins, Add New, and we're going to search for a plugin called Google XML Sitemaps. So let's okay, now it is, I would say to go for this one, the orange one with the orange, as it is compatible with the latest version, so it was updated very recently. So we're just going to click Install. And what I like about this particular sitemap plugin that not many other sitemap plugins offer is the ability to exclude individual pages. So you might have a page with your information brochure, and you don't want Google to show that website on Google, and so you can exclude it individually just by editing the page in WordPress. So I'm going to activate this, and we're going to go and check out how our sitemap looks. So instantly, when you install this plugin, it's going to create a sitemap. So if I go to sitemap.xml, I'm going to actually copy this and paste it into a new window. And we've got our sitemap here. Now, I think this might not be the one that I normally use. Let me just go and check if we can individually exclude a page, because that's a really handy feature. So I'm just going to click any page here, edit, and on the right side it should have an option to exclude. So it doesn't, and I think we might have the wrong one. I'm going to uninstall this, and we're going to go and do this again. So we'll click add new. I always get confused because they've got very similar names, and I think that might be on purpose. Okay, so we're going to click this one now. Just Google XML sitemaps. It's had over 2 million active installations, which is pretty good. So I've activated this one now. Let's go and check it out. Should look different. Okay, what's going on here? Google XML sitemaps. Check our settings, XML sitemap. Let me check where we edit the page if it has the option to exclude the page. I can't see it here. Now I'm going to check the screen options, see if there is additional things here. No. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this for a moment, and then I'm going to come back to you in just a minute once I work out which plugin we should be looking at. Okay, I've figured this out. Now, if we look in the actual sitemap, we'll see that it's changed the URL, and this says this is generated by Yoast. Now, we don't want to use the Yoast sitemap. Now, Yoast is an SEO plugin. We're going to be looking at that in just a moment. We do want that installed. It also has an SEO feature, but we don't want that running with our other plugins. So I'm going to deactivate the XML sitemap plugin that I just activated. I'm going to reactivate the first one. Then we're going to go into the Yoast settings, and we're going to turn that off. So let's find that. Settings, tools, where is Yoast? Should be easy to find. I'm going to go to the settings from the plugins list. And now it's actually got a warning right here. The Google XML sitemap might cause issues when in conjunction to Yoast SEO. So it's recognized that there is two running at the same time, and it's asking us if we want to deactivate Google XML sitemaps. We don't want to do that. We want to turn off the Yoast one. So we're going to click that button here. It's going to take us to the settings. It's going a bit slow here. It shouldn't be so complicated. Now, I always have troubles trying to find Yoast's sitemap, and maybe they do that on purpose because they don't want you to disable it. Where is it? Okay, I've gone through all the menu options. Webmaster Tools, no. Features, okay, here we go. XML sitemaps. We're going to turn that off. Okay. Now turn that off. Save changes. Now we're going to go type in sitemap.xml again, and I think this is what we want here. So let's come back to the page edit and see if we have the option to exclude this from the sitemap. Now I can't see it here. I'm going to pause this again, find the problem, and then I'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, now I've found the problem. First of all, the plugin that you want to install is XML Sitemap and Google News. So this is the one. It's by Raven H. So that's the one we want to install. Now, what I found is when I click Settings here, it takes me to the reading settings for WordPress. And earlier on I showed you a setting here. It says discourage search engines from indexing this site. So because that's ticked on at the moment, it's not allowing us to have a sitemap. So right here it says enable XML sitemaps. It says XML sitemaps are not available because of your site's availability settings above. So just for like 1 minute, I'm going to quickly turn this off. I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to be able to show you the sitemap and what that looks like. So let's check it out now. Okay, I'm not having heaps of luck right now. Okay. XML sitemap index. Save that. Okay, now we should be on. So look, it's probably good that you've seen some of these problems so that you don't come across them yourself. Now, that's enabled, and this is what your sitemap should look like. And I think it's quite a nice sitemap. If you click page, it's going to show you all the pages on your site. And if we click post, it's going to show you all the posts, which are normally your blogs. So that's done. Let's go back to the edit page and see if this thing is giving us the option to exclude a page. Okay, here we go. So, XML sitemap. So if you've got a page, say your information brochure or a member login area, you don't want that showing up on Google, you will just click this and exclude it from the sitemap. Now I'm going to turn that off, and because I'm still building my website, I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to turn this back on. I'm going to save that. So now we've done the webmaster tools, and we've also done we've set up the sitemap. Now, once again, when your website's finished, you're going to come back to sitemaps here. You're going to type in sitemap.xml, and you're going to click submit. And you need to do that in your webmaster tools just to get the ball rolling, so that Google knows that your site's ready, and that will send a signal for Google to go and crawl your website. Now, the other thing you want to do is set up your Google Analytics. Now, I'm not sure if I have the plugin installed. I think I do already. Perhaps I may have set this up already in an earlier module. No, I haven't set this up yet. So, let's do this quickly now. Once again, as we did with the webmaster tools, we're going to go to Google. We're going to type in Google Analytics. Now we want to install the Google Analytics tracking code so that we can start getting information, especially when you launch your website. You want to be able to see all the information about your visitors and what keywords they're typing and what pages they're visiting. So you have to set up your analytics. Now this is actually my DJ business website. It shows me that someone is active on the website right now, but we'll come back to that. I just double check that I haven't already added this website. So I haven't. And these are like folders. So I want to add a new account. I'm going to click admin. So these are like, you can have multiple accounts. Maybe you've got different categories of things. That's what this is. I've got one for my web design clients. So I'm going to put that into this category, and here we're going to create a new property for Sunny Coast DJs. Seems to be playing games with me. Okay. New website name, Sunny Coast DJs, and the website URL. Do I have it here? No. So I'm going to put the URL in there. Industry, we'll call it entertainment. Add the time zone. We're going to say Brisbane, that's close to Sunshine Coast. And then we're going to say get tracking ID. Now this is going to create a code that you might manually add to your website, but we don't need to manually add it. Once we've created it, we're going to go over to a plugin that I've already installed called the Google Analyticator, and that's also in the top 20 plugins list. Once you do that, you come to the settings of Google Analyticator plugin. You can click here. It's going to ask me to log into my Gmail account, and then that's going to give this plugin access to my analytics. Now I need to copy this code here. Save that. Now it says your analytics is currently disabled. I'm going to enable it. We're going to add Sunny Coast DJs. We're going to say, after we've linked that up, hide the drop down box here. And we're going to go for the universal default setting, support us, so link on the dashboard, no thanks, and save that. Now that's basically going to link our website with Google Analytics, so that's really important. Okay, now I do, in the top 20 plugins list, you'll see that I've got another couple of plugins you can install. One is called the Analytify, and Analytify dashboard widgets, and what that does is give us some statistics just on the dashboard. So when you first log into your website, there'll be some stats here, so we can move all this stuff around. I'm going to actually hide some things we don't need, like at a glance, activity, WP forms, quick draft, Yoast overview. We don't need all that stuff. So now we've cleaned things up a bit. This is Analytify, but obviously we've got no data. So actually I'm going to go to Analytify. We're going to actually connect this also. It seems like it needs to be connected. So log in with your analytics account. I'm going to do that. Same as before with the other plugin. The reason we're doing this Analytify plugin is that it actually provides nice charts and statistics on your dashboard. A little bit more information than Analytify, but Analytify has a really nice chart at the dashboard. That's why I install them both. So it's going to say, do you want to install the analytics tracking code? We don't need to do that because we did that with Analyticator. We're just literally going to add that. We're going to choose the website, Sunny Coast DJs, Sunny Coast DJs, and save. Okay, let's go back to the dashboard, check it out. So yeah, we've got this additional statistics. This is the Analyticator plugin. This is the Analytify plugin. And once you start getting visitors to your website, you'll start seeing information here. And there's more extensive information here for the Analytify plugin. But once again, we don't have any stats yet, so there's nothing to show here. Okay, so that's all the important setup stuff. The webmaster tools, the sitemap, the analytics. Now we're going to quickly look at creating a page and doing on-site SEO for a page quickly. So we're going to go to pages, and I've already made a test page, and that is for the keyword DJ Hire Sunshine Coast. Now, you may be a club DJ, you may be a mobile DJ, if you're a mobile DJ, chances are worldwide, normally it will be the most popular keywords will be DJ or DJs, your city name, or DJ hire, your city name. So if you're in Sunshine Coast, it's DJ Sunshine Coast or DJ hire Sunshine Coast, or Sunshine Coast DJs or Sunshine Coast DJ hire. They're going to be the most popular words. Or let's say if you're in the wedding industry, it'll be Wedding DJs Sunshine Coast or Sunshine Coast Wedding DJs. They're the most popular words. So let's look at this page. I've already created a page here. Now the first thing you want to do is you want the keyword to appear in the URL. So we're going to type the keyword here, DJ hire Sunshine Coast, and that's going to create the permalink like that. And if I click view page, it's going to take us to the page. Now it's just a very blank, nothing page at the moment. Now the next thing is actually creating your content. So if it is the page for DJ hire Sunshine Coast, you're going to create a page of about 400 or 500 words talking about your service. Now while you're talking about your service, you're going to be putting this keyword in a few important places, and I'll just list this information here. So where to put the keywords for a page. Create a list, and we're going to say it needs to be in the URL, or known as the permalink. It needs to be in the title of the page. Now, you don't just put the word DJ hire Sunshine Coast. You're going to say something like, and I know this is a bit cliche, but the best DJ hire in Sunshine Coast. So that's an example of putting the keyword in the title. Now you also want to have the keyword in the first paragraph. You want to have the keyword just at least once in the body of the 500 or 600 word page, and you want to have it in the last paragraph. Now that's the very basics of doing SEO for a keyword. This just sends a signal to Google that is the keyword that you want to rank for. That's what this page is about. So Google needs to know, and while we're not trying to trick Google, we're sending Google a signal that this is what the page is about. Now, the information on the page still must be written really well, and you don't have to overdo the keyword. We don't need to really say the keyword many or any more times than I've mentioned right here. Now you can use variations of the keyword. If you've chosen to go for DJ hire Sunshine Coast, it needs to be in all these places, but then you will use secondary keywords. So right here we've got the primary keyword, which is DJ hire Sunshine Coast. But then we're going to put in a list of, say, secondary keywords. Now normally to find out these keywords, you're going to use some kind of keyword tool that's going to help you choose the keywords, but I already know quite a lot about the DJ industry, so I'm going to give you the different variations of secondary keywords. So obviously there's broad keywords, just like DJ hire or disc jockey, but keywords like that are very broad, and you probably won't rank just for the word DJ hire. You're going to be much more likely to rank when you've got additional words. So they call it a long tail keyword. So more specifically, we're going to look at the sort of variations of the primary keyword that you should be using, and we're going to say, as I said before, DJ's Sunshine Coast, wedding DJ's Sunshine Coast, Sunshine Coast DJ hire, Sunshine Coast DJs, Sunshine Coast wedding DJs, DJ for hire, in Sunshine coast. So when you're using the keywords, if the keyword is DJ hire Sunshine Coast, you still want to have good grammar. So if it doesn't sound right to just say, we have the best DJ hire Sunshine Coast, that's bad English. And bad English is bad for SEO. Google knows if you're using bad grammar because the person reading your page knows it's bad grammar, and they're more likely to click away and go to another website if what they're reading is really poor English. So you need to make sure everything flows and that the English is really good, because that's also very important for SEO. So, if in the title, like I said, we want to say DJ hire in Sunshine Coast or on the Sunshine Coast. If that's with the Sunshine Coast, people normally say on the Sunshine Coast. But if it's in your city, it might be DJ hire in Boston, DJ hire in Philadelphia. So that's what you should do to make these keywords flow. Now here's a group of secondary keywords. You're going to write up a page, you're going to talk about your business, you're going to entice people to stay on the page, to read about you, and then at the end of the page we're going to have a call to action to encourage people to inquire with your business. And whether you're a club DJ or a mobile DJ, you want people to reach out, get in touch, and inquire about making a booking with you. So that's pretty much how you're going to take the approach for your on-site SEO. We're not going to get too much into the off-site SEO because it's a little bit more complicated. What I recommend you do is add your business to the most well-known directories that you know. So Yellow Pages, Yelp, Start Local, any major directories, any wedding directories, any entertainment directories, any event directories. That's where you can get links that are going to get the ball rolling for your website. And I think that's about it for now on the on-site SEO. We're going to go in a bit more detail in later modules. So I hope you enjoyed this module. I hope you learned something new from it, and thank you very much for your time.